Hello and welcome everyone to this introduction module of the Little Brushes Guide. I'm sure that all of you all have probably seen this at some point, or you probably came into the membership site through this lead magnet. So I did a survey to find out what parents really wanted to know, and the tools of what toothbrush to use, what toothpaste to use is what I got feedback as. So I thought I'll do like a quick, 4-5 page lead magnet. But unfortunately, I thought that this is important and that was important. And after compiling everything together, it was a long document of about 45 pages, which I have actually shrunk down to whatever it is now, about 38, not much smaller than what it was. But I just felt like this is the basic that parents need to know about. And then I have been going through it, and I wonder if everybody can really understand or can get the most benefit out of the whole the brushes guide. And so I thought it would be good to have a video to explain it to y'all who are committed parents to your children's care. So let's quickly go through the brushes guide. So the pages are quite easily outlined. So the oral hygiene regime, that means the path, which is what all we need to do in the right order, has been explained. And also there's a table for all those of you who don't want to go through the whole list, then you can just quickly go to the table. But it's a wealth of information. I have done a lot of research, read a lot of papers to compile this, so I would recommend that you go through it. It's really good information. So about this guide, it just explains that so the biggest problem for me was, one is this no real complete information. There's a little bit of information from here and there, but no one's giving full and complete information. If the information is mentioned, the evidences are not mentioned or not correct. There's a lot of social media hype. Influencers, dentists, non-dentists all have a take on lots of things like oil pulling and charcoal toothpaste. So, it's very difficult for parents or people generally to judge what is good for them. And so this is all evidence-based. So it's all research-based, and nothing's my opinion, although I do have very strong opinions particularly regarding teeth. I have tried to make most of this guide from evidences. So as parents, we all want to do the best for our children. We are always thinking in guilt, did we do this right or did we do that right? So if you'll follow the instructions given on this guide, you have teeth sorted for you. Tick. So next one. So there are a few good things. There's a pro tip that's highlighted in like aqua, and the Mythbusters in peach color. Those two are really good information. If you get chance, always go back and look at it. And then what to guide. What's a minimum requirement, what's a top pick, and what's a budget one. So a little bit about me, and I work in Silver Oak Dentistry in Kings Lynn, UK, Norfolk, and I've got two boys. Izan is 13 and Hadi is 8. And so all this information has evolved. When I was looking after Izan, I just did from information that I already knew as a new mum. And now that I go through evidences, I'm quite shocked that I didn't follow evidence even for my own son. And I realized how much, even as a dentist, I didn't know. And so I had to do a lot of research to find all this out. It's all there, all the different countries' guidelines. So UK's got a toolkit. I have linked all of that in the evidence section in Dentopedia. So if you go see, it's a whole section as national guidelines, Australian guidelines, American guidelines, Canadian guidelines. So just go away and have a look. But most of the countries do recommend usually the similar lines. So I have seen a lot of dentists, a lot of patients as well in these last 21 years of work as a dentist. And I'm just talking about how I came across the evidence-based dentistry for prevention, because it's always taught in dental school. It's not given that much of importance, and as through my years I realized that patients, that's the number one question: what toothpaste to use, what mouthwash to use. And so I have had to do a lot of research to answer questions. After COVID, what happened was, after COVID, in the UK, up to the age of 18, children are treated free of charge till the age of 18. So most children have been well looked after on the NHS. But since COVID, I had quite a few patients who were in their teenagers years or in their, going to do their 10th boards, coming in with pain, decay on their adult teeth, and they've not seen a dentist for 3-4 years. And I was seeing a pattern. There was a lot of decay, there was a lot of tooth wear in children that I never saw pre-COVID. And that made me realize that there is a need for this information. People need to understand and know about how to look after children's teeth. And then I have the adults, when I explain to them, by the way, you have to brush like this and you have to use this toothbrush. They're like, why did nobody tell me when I was a child? And so I honestly found my purpose in getting this information that I also have accumulated over the last few years to the general public, to be able to prevent problems. And we prevent at childhood. We've got to make sure that they firstly prevent problems, but also are aware of how to look after their teeth, so that the best thing they can take into their adult life is good health, good values. Good health includes teeth, in my opinion, and a healthy diet. So if we sort of help them understand at a young age, then it goes on for a long time. So that's when I came up with this idea. I experimented with a few things. I did a lot of YouTube videos initially, thinking that I need to get my message across. But I realized that you need to have a particular way of doing YouTube or free content for people to think of it as valuable, and I was not getting the message right for whatever reason. And then I realized that I need to probably put the information out there, but have catered information for people, for parents who are committed and then can come into my world. So I came up with the idea of a membership site where y'all are now a part of. The other thing is that people who pay attention, so like y'all are. And so, I was told that, and I understand that I have a message, but it's for the right people. Y'all are my tribe, you're the right people. You want to do what is best for your children, and that's why you're here. Right, so let's go through what can we do as parents. So all it takes is 4 easy steps to follow. One is good oral hygiene. That means good, not just brushing the teeth, but tongue cleaning, interdental cleaning in like difficult to reach areas, understanding all of that, and what you can do what the correct techniques, positions, tools, what you can do as a parent, how to help the child look after the teeth. All those things come under good oral hygiene. Second is diet control. So there's 2 things, sugar and acids, that can damage the teeth really badly, especially in children, because the enamel is not fully matured. Enamel mature and calcifies as the ages after the eruption, as the ages go by, absorbing the fluoride and also maturing with age. The third is breaking any habits like thumb sucking, nail biting, mouth breathing. All those habits we've got to be picked up early and identified and stopped early. And fourth, and the very important, is to see a dentist every 6 months as soon as the child's teeth. Like I said before, prevention is the most important thing. If there's a problem, you want to pick it up early, you want to treat it early, because decay is the biggest problem for children, and decay is a bacterial infection, and like a cold, it spreads. It spreads from one tooth to another one. The second is it spreads from one child to another. It spreads from the mother to the child. So the oral microbacteria is actually dictated by how good the mother or the primary carer's mouth is. So that's why, again, in the UK, during pregnancy, the dental treatments are kept free to help parents reduce their bacterial load, reduce their problems with the mouth, so that by the time they have the child is not left susceptible to having any dental problems. Our mouth has got about 700 different species of bacteria and about 25 million bacteria at all times. And most of this are healthy commensal bacteria, like on skin, but there are some that are decay-causing bacteria, and it's very important that the decay-causing bacteria are reduced, kept at bay brushed away and not passed on to the children. So we as a pregnant woman should look after the teeth and make sure that we don't have a high bacterial load, so that when the child is born, our saliva is not contaminating their saliva. It's really important. You see parents like mums picking up, the spoon that's fallen on the floor and, lick it clean and then giving it to the child or the dummy. And our mouth has got more bacteria than the on the floor. So, please don't, share spoons with the children or lick and try and clean their dummy. It is really important that those things are. So remember, bacteria and teeth problems, so gum disease and the decay, both are bacterial diseases, and they do spread from one teeth to another, milk teeth to the adult teeth, from one child to another, one adult to the child, all of these things. So yeah, I was saying that we need to see the dentist once as in 6 months to identify problems early. Second is to put the fluoride varnish on the teeth. What the fluoride varnish does is it strengthens the hydroxyapatite and makes it more resistant to acid dissolution. The other thing is so most of the decays in the teeth either come where the teeth contact each other, or where the teeth have got these fissures in them. They've got these deep fissures in them where the plaque sticks, where your toothbrush cannot get rid of it, and that's another reason where you get decay. So it is also advised that especially when your adult teeth come through, that's the age of 6, that we can put like a fissure sealant. That means we seal these deep pits and fissures with like a nail varnish to avoid the plaque sitting in these. So these are 2 things that I would recommend for children to avoid any problems.